Tonight on Primetime Local News, RCMP have identified the victims of the triple homicide in Lloydminster last week. The Lloydminster Bobcats hosted their home opener against the Fort McMurray Oil Barons. Plus, the annual Gal Memorial Tournament was held over the weekend.
Primetime Local News, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
Hello and welcome to Primetime Local News. My name is Thomas Wildman and thank you for joining us. RCMP have released the names of the victims of the triple homicide that happened in Lloydminster last week. Police say 66-year-old Brent Peters, 34-year-old Brennan Peters, and 32-year-old Matthew Peters were killed at a home located at 50th Avenue and 47th Street last week. RCMP say they understand the concern the incident has raised in the community, but want to ensure residents that officers are fully committed to solving the case and bringing those responsible to justice. They also want to emphasize there is no ongoing threat to the public. Anyone with information is asked to contact Lloydminster RCMP or Crime Stoppers. September is Suicide Prevention Month, and Lloydminster has had some events that are helping bring awareness to an important issue. The Rotary Club of Lloydminster held a luncheon today talking about suicide awareness. Following last Saturday's Walk of Remembrance, the Rotary Club's Charlene Roween spoke today about the weekend event as well as suicide prevention in general.
On Saturday, September 14th, an event was held here in Lloydminster called A Walk of Remembrance, and it's a group of community members and organizations that come together. It was the 15th annual to put together an event for those who have lost loved ones to suicide.
Roween spoke about the importance of suicide prevention and shared her own personal experience of losing a loved one to suicide. She says that talking about mental health is crucial in stopping suicide.
Suicide is a very difficult topic, and with the mental health in our society today, I think it's just a really important topic to talk about and really bring awareness to, that it's nothing to be ashamed of. We need to talk about it so that no one has to live through those experiences.
Anyone who is struggling or has a loved one struggling with thoughts of suicide is strongly encouraged to go to lloydminstermentalhealth.ca or call the National Suicide Crisis Hotline at 988. It's time now for Retrospect. Here is Ravi Jayaseelan.
This week in Retrospect, we travel back to 1991. Where a wave of cattle rustling troubles local farmers.
Cattle rustling has always been a problem for Canadian cattle producers, especially for those who run large herds over vast tracts of land. In the past, one of the main problems for cattle producers was in access to their land. What we have here is an approach, and it's easy access for a rustler. It used to be that a rustler could back in a cattle hauler right in onto a farmer's land and load up his stock. Today, however, the problem has escalated into guerrilla warfare. John Mayer says rustlers still have access to the land, but are killing and cutting the carcasses right on the spot, and they monitor a farmer's movements to see when to strike.
And then once they maybe travel it 2 or 3 times, try and get a routine as to when you come and check and work it out in between that.
Mayer says this year he's lost 2 of his cows to rustlers.
The first one we feel was shot and just stunned, and when she went down they proceeded to try and cut its throat, and once she felt the pain of her throat being cut, she got up and ran away. So they then just proceeded to shoot another one and started butchering it.
Now they didn't finish though?
No, they didn't. I feel that when they started opening her up, the herd bull smelt the blood and then started carrying on, and a bull can really get quite cantankerous when he smells blood.
Right, so he scared him off.
I think so. There was a meat saw left, there was a glove left, there was several other articles left.
Another problem that compounds things for farmers at this time of year is the start of hunting season. It doesn't take long during hunting season before farmers get used to hearing the odd shot in the distance. But the shots that hunters take to bring down wild game can also be used by rustlers to bring down cattle. You'll see in the background one of Mayor's cattle that was shot through the head by a rustler. At $1,300 a head, 2 shots from a .22 rifle cost Mayor $2,600. So now farmers are doubling the guard, and they're asking neighbors and friends to keep an eye out for strange behavior, investigate gunshots, and keep track of strange license plate numbers in the Midwest. So if anything happens, police will have more to go on.
Next, we jump forward to 1996 for a report on another successful Terry Fox run.
People of all ages braved the cold weather to take part in the run. They ran, walked, rollerbladed, or were just along for the ride, but they were all out for the same cause, raising money for cancer research. Organizers say the event is always a success.
I think it doesn't matter how many people you have out, it's always successful. We generally have between 100 and 150, 200 people, it varies. We usually raise about a few $1,000s, and I always figure whoever comes, whoever makes a donation, it's always a success.
Members of the Drake family from Marshall officially started the run. 4-year-old Holly was diagnosed with cancer as an infant, and following treatment was diagnosed with leukemia at 18 months. Her brother Dustin, who was 10 years old at the time, donated bone marrow, and Holly has since been in remission. Her parents feel events like the Terry Fox Run are very important.
Yeah, it kind of makes you feel, you have that lump in your throat and you feel like it wasn't so long ago that we went through the treatments and stuff with her, so it's really touching to see all these people out here.
The miracles do happen because we got one to show it, and it's every day that goes by and that she's there with us is just another day we're blessed with it.
Over $6,000 was raised in the local event, all of which will be used to help find a cure for cancer. Stacey Comer, NewsHour.
And that's all for this week in Retrospect.
Retrospect is brought to you by Webb's Machinery. Find New Holland products at Webb's Machinery, your dealer in Vermilion, Vegreville, Lamont, Wainwright, St. Paul, and Consort.
And now I'm joined by Lane Hoffert for a look at the weather. Lane, how is the weather looking today after a little bit of rain this past Friday, but nice days on Saturday and Sunday over the weekend?
Well, it's definitely a nice day out there. The sky is blue, a little bit of clouds. You can see that it rained yesterday. The back alleys are all kind of muddy there, but yeah, today there's no rain. We're going to get some more tomorrow, but for now, it's just a nice day here in Lloydminster. We got, 22 degrees, 19-kilometer-an-hour winds, and a little bit of clouds, but overall, 23 now there. Beautiful day in Lloydminster. And you can see all throughout the region here, it's about the same everywhere. Lac La Biche there, 20 degrees. Bonnyville, Cold Lake, 22 degrees, along with Marwayne there. St. Paul, Vegreville, Edmonton, 21 degrees there. Vermilion, Wainwright, and Provost, 23. And now over here in Saskatchewan, Isle La Crosse, 24 degrees, along with North Battleford down there. And Pierceland, Green Lake, Meadow Lake, St. Walburg, and Macklin there are all 23 degrees. And Maidstone is 22 degrees. Now tonight in North Battleford, it's going to get down to a cool 6 degrees. Maybe you want to wear a jacket if you're going to be outside tonight. 11-kilometer-an-hour winds, so not too crazy on the wind side. And a little bit of clouds tonight in North Battleford. Now, tomorrow in North Battleford, expect some rain, 69% chance of precipitation. 22 degrees will be the high, low clouds, occasional rain, and a thunderstorm in the morning, followed by a shower in spots in the afternoon. So rain throughout the day there in North Battleford. Now tonight in Cold Lake, it is going to get to 5 degrees there, clear to partly cloudy, and looks like a beautiful night there. Not a lot of chances of rain and not a lot of wind, so just a nice clear night out with a little bit of clouds. And tomorrow in Cold Lake, it's going to be a beautiful day there, partly sunny, nice and warm with a high of 22, And again, low wind and no chance of rain really. And tonight here in Lloydminster, it's going to get down to 8 degrees and partly cloudy. You can see we're not expecting any rain tonight. The rain is going to come tomorrow instead. So enjoy the night now, and if you like the rain, you can enjoy that tomorrow. You can see here in Lloydminster tomorrow, partly cloudy at 6 a.m. It's going to be 9 degrees. Then it's going to be mostly sunny and 18 degrees at noon. 6 p.m. intermittent clouds and 19 degrees. And at midnight, it will be 12 degrees and cloudy in Lloydminster. Now let's take a look at your 3-day forecast. You can see tomorrow the high will be 22 with a low of 10 and a 55% chance of a passing afternoon shower. Wednesday we'll have a 94% chance of rain there, and it will be breezy with a high of 21 and a low of 8. Thursday will be breezy with decreasing clouds and a high of 19 and a low of 5. That's your first look at the weather. Thomas Wildman will give you a wild look at some more news after the break.
The Lloydminster Bobcats have officially started the 2024-25 AJHL season, and they got to start their season at home against the Fort McMurray Oil Barons, and I was able to attend the home opener. The crowd was out in full force for the Lloydminster Bobcats' final home opener in the Centennial Civic Center.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. They're so supportive out here, so loud, so it really makes it a lot easier to play in front of when you got a crowd cheering like that.
The Barons would start the scoring midway through the first with a goal from Carter Schmidt. They would hold on to that lead until Jack Birch would score early in the second to tie it up, and he was happy to get the first goal of the year for the Bobcats.
Good to get one in the first game. Kind of 4-on-4, got a little breakaway and just shot it under the arm, but yeah, it feels really good to get one the first game.
The score would stay tied heading into the third, but the Barons would score a pair of goals to take back the lead. And despite a late goal by Cade Fondele, the Bobcats couldn't complete the comeback, ultimately losing 3-2.
I thought we looked a little slow in spots. Like, I thought our track was slow. I thought coming up through the neutral zone, we didn't have the pop that we usually do. And guys that usually play with a bunch of speed, I thought it took them too long to get going. And I thought Kirky played well. I thought Kirky responded really well, gave us a chance. And then obviously special teams came down to it. I think we had 10 opportunities on the power play and didn't get that's the difference in the game, or at least getting it to overtime right now. So.
The Bobcats then lost the next game on Saturday against the Barons 6-1. The Bobcats will now head on the road for 3 games down south and then will head out to the AJHL Showcase. Thomas Wildman, Primetime, local news. The annual William Gow Memorial Tournament volleyball tournament was held over the weekend. Our Jackson Fontaine has more on this memorial event.
The volleyball tournament took place this weekend in Lloydminster. Many teams from around Alberta and Saskatchewan took the time to attend the tournament in honor of William Gow.
We have 16 girls and 16 boys teams in range from grade 6 to grade 9, depending on the school. So 32 teams in total.
The tournament has been named the William Gow for the last 5 years, but the tournament itself has been going on for about 10 years. This event brings many volleyball fans and athletes together to support William Gow and his legacy.
Just with his legacy within volleyball within Lloydminster, the division felt that it was a good sentiment for how much he's done for volleyball within our division.
William Gow himself was a massive volleyball player in Lloydminster and enjoyed every minute he had on the court.
He was a big volleyball guy within the community, not just school sports, but outside of school with volleyball and club volleyball, wrestlers program, big supporter of the community.
A tournament like this can help people remember who William Gow was and what he was passionate about.
It's nice to remember those who put in the time to, volunteer and help develop sports within our community, or schools for that matter. It's just a nice way to remember who they are and what they've done for our programs.
Jackson Fontaine, Primetime, local news.
It's Fuel Good Day in Lloydminster tomorrow. Stacey Comer has more on how you can help out a great cause.
I'm joined today on Primetime Local News by Peter Brown, who is the CEO of the Lloydminster and District Co-op. We're talking about a special day that's happening tomorrow. Peter, thank you so much for joining me.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
It's Fuel Good Day tomorrow, and most people know what this is because it's been going for so many years now, Peter. But just in case there are those who don't, can you tell me what exactly it is and how people can support it?
Yeah, for sure. So, Fuel Good Day is a program that's running at all 4 of our sites, 5 cents a liter. Um, from every liter sold at our gas bars is going to be donated to either, like it'll be split between Lloydminster Catholic School Division and the Lloydminster Public School Division, and that's to fund their breakfast programs. So additional to that, we do have donuts going, and 50 cents from each one of those will be going to towards that same cause, and $1 from cookie slices, pizza, kind of a large cookie slice type thing going on. So that's $1 from those. So yeah, lots of great fundraising activities for the school divisions.
And this is at all the Lloydminster locations tomorrow?
All the Lloydminster retail gas bar locations, yes.
So why is it that you decide to do this program every year? And is there any particular reason why you've chosen the breakfast programs to be the recipient of the funds?
Well, it's just one of our missions is to help. We just don't want to see kids hungry at school or whatnot. We want them to have a better chance at learning. So we know full stomach they're going to be ready to learn and take in information and it's just such a good program and a needed program, right, with food security today. So we see a big big push to help that cause, and this program, Fuel Good Day is a great program that's actually funded right across Western Canada. So all retail cooperatives are doing this tomorrow. So
Do you set a financial goal every year, or is it just a case of you're happy with however much is received?
well, we're happy with whatever we receive, but we always want to try to, from a business standpoint, try to do more. Last year, combined with the leaders, and then I have to add the barbecues we're doing at the 4 sites, we donated $12,000. So we'd like to beat that this year. So that'd be cool.
I know a lot of people will wait for this day and they go as long as they can without getting gasoline to help out with these programs. So, what does it mean to you to have so much support from the community for this and really all of the co-op programs?
We're thankful. The community really supports our cooperative here in Lloyd and district area, and we're just thankful that the members come out, support this, and at the end of the day, they know this is their local co-op. The funds stay within the trading area, and our earnings get shared back to the members at the end of the day. So yeah.
And is this a program that runs from the store opening to the end of day?
It is full day, all day. And I do want to add too, I don't want to forget this. Each one of our gas bars, the 4 gas bars, do have local school barbecues going from 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock. So don't want to forget that. Iron Wells, so the east side location, Marwayne Jubilee School is going to be running their barbecue at the 18th Street crossing. So the south location, Kit Scotty Elementary, Hampton Square, so that's the west side site. Neilburg School is going to be there, and North Stop Gas Bar, so the north location, will have Hillmont Central School. And those sites, again, those schools are doing their own barbecues, and the funds from those go to their breakfast programs too. So we want to help those rural sites too as best as we can. So if you're not sure what you're going to have for dinner, come out and have a barbecue or a burger for $5. So
All right. Well, thank you so much, Peter. And as you said, this is a great way you kind of all in one stop shop. You can get the gas you need for your vehicle, and then you also can get your tummy filled for the day too, and all supporting a great cause. So thank you. And thank you to the co-op for putting on this program every year. Like I said, I know people will wait for it just so they can, get the most that they can out of it and fill their tanks. And like you said, filling tanks and filling bellies at the same time. So we appreciate the co-op in this community, and thanks for chatting with me today.
thank you so much, Stacy.
And now we will take a look at your adorable pets with our pet picks of the day.
We want to see your pets. Send photos of your pet and their name to have them featured on Pet of the Day.
The Saskatchewan Waste Reduction Council is hosting a repair cafe in Lloydminster next month. Stacey Comer has more.
We have a special guest today on Primetime Local News. Bobby Duns is joining me. Bobby is the administrative coordinator for the Saskatchewan Waste Reduction Council. Bobby, thank you for joining me today.
Hi, Stacey. Thank you for having me.
We have a really unique event coming that the Saskatchewan Waste Reduction Council is hosting here in Lloydminster next month, October 5th to be exact, and it is the Repair Cafe. Now, this is a really interesting concept, Bobby. Can you tell me about what a Repair Cafe is?
Absolutely. So, repair cafes are pop up one-day events held in communities where members of the community can bring their broken items in to have them repaired for free by volunteers.
And so, what type of items can be brought in to get fixed?
It really depends on the volunteers that we get. We'll accept any kind of repair volunteer and they'll tell us what they want to repair, and then we'll put that out to the public that they can bring those items. So we typically see people who are willing to sew and mend clothing and textiles, people who are willing to repair small appliances. Sometimes we get bike repair, computer repair, jewelry repair. We had one wheelchair maintenance station. It can really vary.
So, are you currently looking for volunteers from the Lloydminster area to help out with this?
Absolutely, of course. We are always looking for more volunteers, and specifically, I think right now we're looking for people who can repair computers, small electronics, or again, anything else in those kind of more unusual categories.
And if somebody does want to volunteer, Bobby, how do they get in touch with you guys?
They can visit our website, swrc.ca/events, and then go to the Repair Cafe page, and there's a link there to fill out the volunteer registration form.
And why do you guys do this? What is the advantage of having a repair cafe?
To encourage people to repair their items, essentially, to not throw out their items and to have them repaired instead, as well as to think about not throwing out their items. You know, the more that we host them, the more that items that we see brought in, because people stop throwing out their items in the middle of the year and start saving them for the next repair cafe. So it's really there as a way to encourage people to think more about repair and repairability. And also, one of the bonus upsides of these events is that it connects people in their community. These are all local volunteers. These are local people. Everyone coming into these events lives in that city, and so they get to meet other people that care about the same things they do and might have skills they don't have.
Do you usually get a fairly good response to these repair cafes?
Absolutely. All of our volunteers are always, happy to help and excited to put them on. And people that attend usually tell me the most common feedback I hear is that it's, a warm and welcoming environment, and that it's, exciting to see things fixed and not thrown out.
Is there a cost if somebody shows up to the event to get their item repaired?
Not at all. Everything is completely free and completely volunteer run. We do accept donations, as Saskatchewan Waste Reduction Council is a nonprofit, so we all accept donations at the events, but there's never a cost.
Well, once again, Bobby, just before I let you go here, tell me about the date, location, and time for the Repair Cafe in Lloydminster, and also if people want to volunteer or get more information, where they can find that all.
Absolutely. So it'll be held Saturday, October 5th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Lloydminster Public Library, which is at 5211 44th Street. And you can find all of the information about the event, as well as the link to register to volunteer or to book an appointment to have your items repaired, at our website, swrc.ca/events.
Well, Bobby, it's been a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you so much. This is going to be a great event. And as you said, a great way to reduce waste in your community. So thanks once again, and good luck with the Repair Cafe.
Thank you very much, Stacey.
Coming up after the break, we'll have an extended look at weather with Arlene Hoffert.
Welcome back. Let's take another look at your weather here. In the words of U2, it's a beautiful day outside here in Lloydminster. 23 degrees. We got a little bit of clouds, lower winds, and overall just a nice day to be outside. No rain today, but maybe a little bit of mud left from yesterday. Throughout the region here, you can see we're seeing similar temperatures everywhere there. Jasper and Whitecourt 19 degrees, Athabasca, Edson, Edmonton, and Red Deer 21 degrees, and Rocky Mountain House 20 degrees. Now we'll take a look over here. Cold Lake, it is 22 degrees there, as well as in Melfort. And in North Battleford and Saskatoon, it is 24 degrees, and Meadow Lake and Prince Albert are 23 degrees, so same as Lloydminster. Moving up north here in Saskatchewan, you can see a little bit cooler there. Uranium City 16 degrees, Stony Rapids 17 degrees, Wollaston Lake 19 degrees, Laloche and Buffalo Narrows 20 degrees, and South End Reindeer is 22 degrees, and Flin Flon is 21. Now flipping back over to Alberta, Fort Chipewyan is 19 degrees, Peace River 17 degrees, Grand Prairie 18 degrees, Slave Lake there 17 degrees, and High Level 21. Now moving down south here in Alberta, Medicine Hat is the warmest of the bunch there in Alberta at 25 degrees, Coronation 23, Lethbridge 22, Calgary 21, and Banff 20. Over in Saskatchewan, you can see southern Saskatchewan there is a little bit warmer. Kindersley 24 degrees, Yorkton and Swift Current 26, Estevan 25, Regina 28, and Moose Jaw a nice 27 degrees there. Now tonight in North Battleford, it's going to get down to 6 degrees. It'll be clear to partly cloudy with 11-kilometer-an-hour winds, so not a lot is going to be blown around there. You can maybe see some stars out. Maybe the clouds will cover a few, but overall should be a nice night in North Battleford. Now tonight in Cold Lake, it's going to be a little bit cooler there, 5 degrees, and clear to partly cloudy as well. We're having some good nights here throughout the region. Looks like there will be no rain in Cold Lake. And in Lloydminster, the same can be said. It'll actually be a little bit warmer tonight in Lloydminster, 8 degrees and partly cloudy with 9-kilometer-an-hour winds. So probably just be blowing a few leaves around on the ground, but nothing crazy there. Again, no rain in the words of Blind Malin. And we'll look at the travel forecast overnight here. You can see it's about the same throughout the region here. Meadow Lake and Bonnyville are both 6 degrees and mostly clear. Provost 8 degrees, Isle Cross 9 degrees, Paradise Hill is 7 degrees, and you can see Provost is the only one that's looking a little cloudier there, overcast. Now let's take a look at some more. Amirnum is 6 degrees, Pierceland 5 degrees, Unity, Wainwright, and Calgary all 7 degrees. You can see Unity's got a 91% chance of rain, and Calgary a 60% chance of rain. Now the upcoming week, you can see tomorrow and Wednesday are going to be rainier days there. Then we'll see some more clouds throughout the week there. Tomorrow the high will be 22 with a low of 10 there. Wednesday the high will be 21 with a low of 8. Thursday the high is 19 with a low of 5 there. Friday the high is 15 and a low of 5 as well. Saturday going to have a high of 16, Sunday a high of 15, and Monday a high of 16. So it's looking like we're seeing a lot of that fall weather starting to kick in here as we reach the middle of September there.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's pretty decent, at least for us, with how sunny it is and some nice temperatures. So yeah, definitely looking forward to a great week. That rain, of course, will be appreciated as well. Thank you all so much for watching Primetime Loop Cool News. For Lane Hofford, I'm Thomas Wildman. Have yourselves a great rest of your day.
you.